Another aspect that you need to be careful with is that it's a good quality study. So there's a big difference between places where they let the patient fit the home-based set on themselves, like the patient gets an instruction manual, gets the kit home and puts it on themselves, versus a high quality place where they can put the leads on for you. Now, research has shown that if you fit it yourself, there's a 20 to 30% chance of your study failing. With Medicare, you only get it reimbursed every 12 months. So that might mean that you're potentially up for more cost, the inconvenience of having to repeat the study. And also, if the study doesn't have very good quality, you're not sure if they're still not going to use it for a diagnosis, and that you end up with a questionable diagnosis that you're still not sure of. So if you have it fitted by somebody that's well trained, you have a lot less chance of anything coming off. The other thing with that is when you go to get your home-based sleep monitor fitted, pick a place that has a location near you, a time that's suitable for you. If you get set up in the morning and you're walking around with all of those leads on you all day, there's a lot higher chance that things come off. Or if you have to drive very far, same thing as well. An important thing as well to ask is if it's Medicare reimbursable. It has to have a minimum of 7 leads. Now there's some providers that do things that are more like screening studies to determine whether you need a sleep study. And if they do that, they can't get a Medicare reimbursement. So technically you're not having a sleep study then. So to waste yourself the time, if your doctor determined that you need to have a sleep study, it's best to have an actual sleep study rather than just a screening tool. Another important fact to take into consideration is that the sleep physician that reports on your study and that you might go and see doesn't have any interest in whatever treatment you're going to pick. You can imagine if he would make any money out of a certain treatment like CPAP, that he's more likely to prescribe that for you, even if that's not clinically the best treatment for you. So it's important to make sure that you go with a service provider that doesn't have any interest in the treatment. And lastly, when you go on treatment, make sure that it's somewhere where you're aware of what the lifetime support is going to be. If you buy a machine and then you buy the cheapest one, but it turns out that for every follow-up or everything you have to pay, you might be out of pocket a lot more. When it comes to certain disorders like sleep apnea, there tend to be lifelong disorders. And there's a lot of adjustments you need to make to therapy over time. It's in fact very similar to when you have glasses. You can buy glasses, but you're not done for the rest of your life. You need to have checkups, you may need to buy new ones at some point, might need to have some maintenance, have it adjusted. If you have to pay for every single one of those times, it can get quite costly. So if you go with a service where you know you're going to get lifelong support, and you can get help if anything is wrong, then that can save you a lot of money and time and worry as well.